Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Control, where we are making our way through the abandoned investigation sector. Abandoned for good reason, it seems. A specimen has broken out and has presumably killed a bunch of people. Also, the Hiss have invaded, so that's another good reason to be here. But also, Alan Wake may be somewhere in these corridors. And up ahead is the thing that was Hartman, but no longer is. Let's see, this is going to lead to a dead end, which was... Oh, I cannot talk to this plant. I cannot tell it sweet nothings to bring it back to life. Judging by... that open area coming up front... That probably is going to have some sort of...
The sound made darker, the darkness made...
The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman, vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening, taking you deeper and deeper to the bottom, the heart, and through to the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're in new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these waves to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel. The third thing was a monster. He'd tear apart any ordinary person crossing his path. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden. There was nothing ordinary about Faden.
Nothing ordinary? That is that shot of, like, him from the back, and then him from the front, kind of within the outline of himself, is great. The fact that he's hunting and pecking with individual index fingers, that is not great. Alan Wake needs to improve his typing if he's going to get any respect as a writer from myself. He needs to not hunt and peck with his index fingers. It looks like there's some darkness up there. I do not have a light with me. And it does not seem like these lights themselves are portable. Kirkland, so you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was fucking hired to do? My job? Want to know what I call that? Bullshit, asking us to interrogate these scum without using words like altered items, or AWEs, or paracriminals. The stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, and I've heard some stupid things. Some fucking stupid things. They already know how the facts. Hell, they know just as much as us, if not more, and they get to sit there laughing at us while we dance around our words, try not to leak classified terminology. They already know the fucking classified terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people, all to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back in that interrogation cell so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. You can go ahead and put me on suspension, see if that slows me down. That is interesting. The idea that, well, there are these opposing forces. There is this entity of chaos against control. Oh? Are these job boards?
Darkness everywhere. New day, same old bloody city, said the old lady. Like dark
Ati!
or nothing. Get rid of it. Air in here is getting bad. The vents, they are full of mold shit. It's not good for you. Headache, nose, mold. The plants in here have died standing up. Lighten them up.
Ah, more plants. All right, let's go make some new friends.
Huh. Okay, so apparently it wants me to actually go back. Do I want to worry about these side missions now? I mean, I suppose if I don't do them now, when I'm going to do them. Like I do remember seeing the plant that I passed by over here. So let's see what they consider this plant. Shine a light. So I need a light source. If I vaguely remember correctly, there was a light source like way back. This seems like a little bit of busy work, more than anything else. There was a light source I was required to use back here. But I might as well carry them around the abandoned offices too. Because apparently there are plants here as well. Are these plants? They look like plants. Or are we only referring to plants in pots as actual plants? Like you!
There you go. Doesn't that feel better?
Alright. Oh, hold on. I'm getting attacked. Who's shooting at me with a laser? Oh! You know, I forget what the trick is for you. Are you the one that turns invisible? That was all very, very rude. Especially since you left me mostly dead. That is a-okay. We've got plants to bring to life. I'm guessing there are 2 more in this area. That is my guess. Oh, but there's also this spot I wasn't able to get to. Oh wait, no, there, I was able to get to it. I am already forgetting. Because of this, Alright, let's bring this shop light with us. And there was... I think I saw a plant on this side. No, I'm just crazy. There's merely this plant. Rise,
Welcome
plant.
back to the land of the living, little buddy.
Nope. Okay, so there's one more plant in these offices. At the very least, there's a little bit of dialogue to it. It's not just go here, do mission, acquire checkmark. Also, notice how everything else is destroyed, but the lamps don't fall apart. Which I think is interesting. It emphasizes the fact that the lamps themselves are puzzle items. Are you in here, lonely, dead plant that needs to be brought back to life? No, you are not. And then there's whatever is going on here. And that's where I came from. I doubt there's going to be any plants in that section. So hold on one second. I'm going to comb this place over for some plants. And I should, in theory, find that last plant right about now. Alright. I was wondering if I was actually going to find this plant, or if I was going to spend the rest of my time just kind of like wandering around that hall looking for it. It's also interesting, like, because those things cannot be destroyed, does that mean I essentially can carry a light from another area that is farther away? Because there wasn't really much of a light source nearby the operations corridor. Possibly also that it was affected by the fact that the power was off. But I believe there was a plant in this area that was feeling all sad and moody. Come back to life, plant. Join us. And there's no dialogue for that. It's just a checkpoint. Okay. Still, it's good to have Ahti back. I don't know what happened to Ahti, really. I want to say, based on the story, he's on vacation? Are there any plants first? There do not seem to be any plants in this room. But there are reading materials. NASA cooperation. Alright. Following the NASA FBC Coordination Agreement in 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including the black rock lining now found in all spacefaring vessels. In return, all data gathered during space missions is made available for Bureau researchers to analyze. Recently, certain individuals have raised a concern that this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau, either intellectually or financially. A thorough examination of the cost accrued by both organizations has shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of the Redacted far outweighs any spending related to the processing and delivery of black rock. From its medium Earth orbit, the Redacted will provide the Bureau with an unparalleled resource for remotely monitoring and photographing AWE sites, a resource that would be lost if the partnership ends. It is the opinion of this committee that maintaining a cooperative relationship with our colleagues at NASA is of vital importance. I would imagine that would be of vital importance. Oh, this is just a bathroom. Once again, I've got to say, for a building that will likely kill you just because you're trying to get to the bathroom, like, it's probably going to shift on itself on your way to the bathroom, there are lots of bathrooms. a black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well as genuine, altered, and supernatural materials, was raided in redacted Czech Republic by a team of special investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants. So they basically had way too many powerful items, and they did not know what they were doing, and got themselves killed in the process. The following interrogations reveal that not only is there a vast network of these retailers, but they seem to be gathering information, altered items, and other paranatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. The Bureau's concern here is threefold. There is a growing underground market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among a niche group of the general public. These criminal individuals do not seem aware of the item's paranatural powers, and their attempt to activate them could prove devastating if done in populated areas. And the motivations of these collectors are largely unknown. Yeah, all of that definitely seems pretty problematic.
Agent Fisher, day 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Agent Fisher, 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the lobby area. Tripwire, triggering a flash camera across the main entrance. Even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are varying at best. But mostly just inconclusive and unusable. The footage is corrupted. Sometimes even the equipment is damaged. I don't know how, exactly.
Oh, so they're basically trying to figure out, like, he's probably knee-deep in the motel, and he's trying to figure it out.
Screaming behind the closed doors. I can hear the call bell go and ding multiple times a day, but when I look, there's no one there. I know I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything. They're messing with me, whoever they are. I think... Wait, shh. There's something. I gotta get this. Gotta get the cable out. Come on, you fiber optic fuck. Cooperate. Okay.
I don't think he realizes that he is in an existential motel that doesn't really exist. Kind of?
Alright. That was faint, but I definitely heard movement coming from the hallway.
Like, he seems all surprised that weird things are happening.
The recording better work this time, or I swear to God I'll... What? Hello? Who's there? Oh, shit. I'm with the FBC. Move away from the door. I have a... Where's my...
I don't think whoever was on the other side of the door cared about the fact that you had a... wherever it was. Okay, so that's going to be leading me to active investigations. What does that turn on? Ah, that would have turned on that light, which would have destroyed whatever the darkness was that was blocking that room, instead of having to carry a lamp from all the way across the other side of the stage. Paranatural entity, aka the Shadow, is an aggressive redacted consisting of 3 known types: a localized manifestation of sentient redacted capable of occupying organic and inorganic materials, as well as exerting redacted over its surroundings. Type B, shaded individuals, human bodies redacted by the Shadow. Okay, so these are basically their descriptions of the enemies from Alan Wake. These individuals become notably more aggressive, but do seem to retain redacted of their previous selves. Research is ongoing as to whether this condition is reversible. Type C, shaded objects, similar to Type B, except that inanimate objects are redacted solely to be used as destructive tools. Each type seems to work towards a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals, which may imply a shared link to a redacted intelligence. The threat this entity poses warrants immediate exploration of offensive defensive measures. The investigation sector is being outfitted with additional lighting sources, some internally powered, to be prepared for the eventuality of an redacted. I wonder, when writing those redacted statements, is there an original version of the text where the redacted sections are filled in?
Our understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection, even weaponry, against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With Wake now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to
okay, so that explains kind of like when this was recorded.
Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds.
Which presents an interesting retcon of Alan Wake, because this makes it seem as though Hartman knew of the darkness when he had Alan Wake at his facility. A train derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries was suspected to be in the work of paracriminal group known as Redacted. As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether AW is spontaneous or the direct result of the sabotage. The Bureau had been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency processes underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited an altered state when entered. This individual car was secured and transported to the investigation sector for further studies. Didn't I pass by a train section a long time ago? Oh. Greetings and salutations. What seems to be your boggle? Oh yeah, I can just control you. Yeah, damn it. And I'll control you, though that will leave me with very little health. Ah, damn it. There we go. Ah, damn it. You know, I've never been very good at those flying guys because of how easily they just dodge your launch attacks. And I've never really come up with a really good strategy to deal with them. Although I suppose I do have a new gun I could try out, which may or may not help. It creates like a explosive charge that I can then detonate. I will try it out. I don't really use the charge that much, so let us switch to Surge. And we're going to... Reload speed. That seems good. But how do you just... Ah, okay. So while I'm aiming, I can fire said grenade. Where on earth am I now? I'm right over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not very good against the flying guys. Come. Stay in one place. Oh my gosh. Alright, did you drop any health? You dropped no health. Oh, nice. Alright, let's take cover. Nope. And you conveniently dropped health. They're very nice of you. Hey. You know I can't shoot you over there. And you, sir, are done. I was actually going to try to... Oh, hold on. Ah. There we go. The Hiss Ranger, but now airborne. Great. That's what we needed in life. Airborne versions of these monsters. Either way, we've unlocked the way forward and can now reach the next checkpoint. Let us claim this control point. And all is well and good again. Until I get to the next big fight, which is probably straight through this door.
I don't feel right. Something in this darkness is draining me.
And I think that's going to essentially be... it seems to be draining her, her special ability. Not necessarily my health yet. But for now, let's get out of here because it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to do anything.
Shit. Now what? What is that?
Come
On, elevator, time to go. So you don't like the light.
There we go. Where are you, Hartman? Where are you, Stretchy Man? Huh. Is that going to be the... Oh, hello. Ah, because he's still in the darkness. But is there a power supply nearby him? So what I need to do is, let's see, there is... I can't seem to grab the battery again. Which is what I would have imagined the next thing is. Huh. Hartman background? Probably not a good idea to be reading this while in an active boss fight. Is an academic psychotherapist that owned and operated a recovery center in redacted Washington, focused on the treatment of artists struggling with creative blocks and other mental disorders. Bright Falls, specifically Washington. Publicly, Dr. Hartman's treatment center seemed unremarkable in its methods and purpose. Privately, however, Dr. Hartman was abusing his patients in order to utilize any latent redacted abilities they may possess with the aim of shaping redacted to his own benefit, which has earned him a Class 2 paracriminal designation. For more on the link between artists and their ability to redacted reality through artistic medium, see file redacted. Investigation has proven that Dr. Hartman's illegal endeavors were conducted alone. After being approached by the Bureau during the redacted investigation, he displayed no remorse or intention to cease his actions. Dr. Hartman was taken into custody, evaluated, and released redacted months later, having been deemed a negligible threat. His medical license has been permanently revoked. So then how did he get back... Oh. How did he get back here? I feel like I'm missing something. Yes, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing these power cores, which will enable me to turn on the lights, which will, in theory, enable me to fight the Heartman. But first, let's read in the middle of this boss fight. This is kind of an odd... Oh, hold on. This screenplay was found at the Bureau acquired Night Springs television series and all of its past episode scripts. It appears to be written by Alan Wake as part of an application to become one of the show's writers. Over the Threshold Darkly by Alan Wake. It is only human nature to wish to control the forces around us, and even more so to possess them. But what happens when those forces are not ours to claim, or even of this world? What if they are the things you can discover in Night Springs? We are in a secret lab. The large sign on the wall reads, "The Federal Bureau of Night Springs." "I've told you several times, Director, it isn't ready." "It's ready when I say it's ready, Doctor." "But the being beyond the portal, we have no control over it." Huh. The Federal Bureau of... Was that Bright Falls or Night Springs? Hold on. Yeah, this is an odd fight, considering the fact that I'm spending most of my time just kind of wandering around reading things. But it's also, there's potential that... This is part 1 of the fight. Whereas, like, part 2 is then the actual fight itself. Once he can no longer defend himself. Oh. We got... Shum, and Shum 2. The sequel. Yeah. That's very rude of you, sir. Nope. I don't want that. I want that. All right. And now that we're here, there we go. Someone want the lights? And dear God, what are you?
Yeah, how do you like that?
Huh. Okay, so that's so we got a... That's interesting. Like, with the previous expansion, like, the new things that were brought in were largely just, were 2 different types of movement, guns. Like, you had a gun that created and a gun that destroyed. And puzzles were based upon that. But now we also have this going on, which is pretty interesting. Let us carry on, see if we can chase the thing that would be Hardman. I think I'm gonna worry about... Oh, I guess we can't. Because we have to actually go to the right. Oh, hello.
Brian Henneman, 21 years old, resident of Southern Texas.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I really don't understand why I'm here.
You know what you did, Mr. Henneman.
I do?
Tell me about Delivery Disaster.
The movie? I mean, it wasn't very good.
That's not what your review said, but we'll come back to that. Tell me where you got the movie from.
Movie night with a, a K, not an N, not night like nighttime, but...
Who contacted you? Who told you to review that film?
No one. I just did it because it looked obscure. I didn't even like the movie. I shouldn't have given such a high score, but reviewing obscure films makes you look smart. And I thought if I looked smart, I would get listeners. My podcast would take off, and I could move out of my parents' basement, and maybe even go to college and get a film degree like I've always wanted to. I swear. I swear, I swear, I swear.
Okay.
I feel as though Brian Hennerman's story is somewhat relatable. Maybe too relatable. But it looks as though the only path left is going to be through the elevator. So let us take the elevator up. Or down. I'm not going to judge its decisions.
What are you doing in investigations?
Jesus, don't scare me like that, Winston.
If you're talking right now, I can't hear you. It's a one-way system.
Oh.
Try to find an intercom.
Why are you talking so slowly? Oh?
Langston, it's me, Jesse.
I know. I can see you on the monitors. The cameras in there haven't worked since we sealed that sector off a couple years back.
Let me guess. You sealed it because of the monster guy.
Wait, did you see Dr. Hartman? Jesus, I really wish you hadn't opened that fire break. Okay, listen, you need to find Hartman and kill him before he gets out into the Bureau.
That thing is a person?
He was a person. We brought him here to study after he was, altered in an AWE. I forget the medical word for what happened.
So wait.
Well, like, physically hurts him.
Was he altered in a separate AWE?
No.
A lantern? Oh yeah, flare gun. Oh, Christmas lights. You could wrap them around your...
I don't have any of those.
I like his Christmas light plan.
Well, I'm sure you'll think of something. I'll keep an eye on you from the Panopticon. This is kind of exciting, right?
Maybe from where you're standing.
Right. Okay. Well, break a leg. Oh, why did I say that?
Okay, this Hartman thing can't have gotten very far. Let's go flush him out. Langston was right. This is kind of exciting.
It's just nice to have someone to talk to, you know? Ever since I got put in charge
Oh my
of the
gosh.
Panopticon, people treat me different, like I'm crazy for wanting to work with altered items. People just don't understand the altered items like I do, you know? I don't want to brag, but it does take a very empathetic mind to connect with the items.
Doesn't want to brag. Right.
I don't want to brag, but I'm gonna brag right now.
Materials every day, and no one thinks they're weird. Well, maybe that's not true. Darling is famous for being a bit out there, but when he's weird, it's charming. Altered
When
items
I'm weird,
are
it's
once
strange.
you get to know them. If you figure out what they like or don't like, you know, what sets them off, then there's nothing to worry about. I guess at the end of the day, we're still just wild animals scared of our own shadows. We're supposed to be on the same team, but sometimes it feels like it's every department for themselves, like it's a race and we're all trying to be number one. If it is...
Oh my gosh.
I'd say
Langston.
Darling is a mile ahead of everyone else. He was Trench's golden boy for years.
How much
That
does...
relationship has gotten pretty tense, or so I've heard through the grapevine. Not that I spread rumors, just, you know, people talk. Not me, though. I keep my nose to the grind. Too much
I'm not
to do.
spreading any rumors or anything. Keep my nose to the ground, but have you heard about Darling?
He's just gonna talk forever,
Can't always
isn't
make
he?
it home for mealtime, so I have my neighbor check in on Alfred at 7 o'clock if I'm not back yet. She's very nice. Her name is Maria. She's older. She came to New York in the 50s to attend school and has been here ever since. She has a couple of kids. I met them at Thanksgiving. Big family. Very nice people. Anyway, she has a key to my apartment and she gives Alfred his dinner if I'm not home. I'm gonna have to buy her a nice fruit arrangement as a thank you after this. I'm missing a lot of Alfred's meal times. She's probably gonna have to go to the store for more wet food. I'll have to remember to pay her back. Hold on, let me make a note. Pay back Maria for Alfred's food. Okay. Oh, one more thing. And buy her a fruit arrangement.
Langston just probably needs somebody to talk to in general. I don't think I'm a cat person. Like, cats are great. Dogs are better.
I named him after my favorite poet. Felt like a good fit. I got Alfred just before Sylvia died when I was at the...
Like, cats are not bad people. They're just very food-centric. Whereas dogs, like, depending on the dog, like, my dog is constantly demanding of attention.
Oh, no. Sylvia thought she owned the place. Didn't like me getting in her way. Scratched me more than once when I was just trying to move her food bowl. That cat was a real asshole.
Wow.
I'm realizing now that language
kinda
was not
harsh.
entirely...
Yeah. All you're doing is trying to move her food bowl. And you're not even doing anything with the food, but maybe the cat just didn't really like change.
That's what I meant when I said asshole. I would never use that word about a person. It was just
Only about a cat.
You know, hey, there's a light flashing on the console here. I got to check this out.
Yeah, you probably have a job to do. Okay. Thank goodness. That was... Oh. That was forever. That was forever and a day. Wow. Let's go towards here first. I don't know what's behind the Freya Maria. But apparently I've got to go through both corridors to figure out what's going on. I wonder if this is the only sector. I would imagine it is. Kind of like how the previous DLC only had the one sector. But I don't know, it feels like it's relatively... I guess it's only a DLC. It's only going to be a few hours. But for now, I'm going to call it for the night. If you have any suggestions for something to play next, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.